This video is for entertainment purposes only, therefore none of this should be taken literally. This video also does not promote any of the described actions. War crimes tier list. We've all been at a point in our life when our choices led us to thinking, what would happen if I would commit a war crime? Aside from getting a death penalty, not much. But here's a tier list of a few war crimes so that you at least know which one to pick for your ultimate spectacle. First on the list is murder, or as the wiki describes it, willful killing. Now, this one is definitely the most basic one. Look at all those lame people committing it. I say, if you're gonna do it the right way. And become a serial killer, baby! Just look at all the cool nicknames you could get. The Brick Moron, Buttermilk, Bluebeard. I'm not making this up, those were actual serial killers. But most of all, what you get, something that most black overweight women desperately crave. Attention. Every newspaper article is about you, how you brutally cut off a man's testicles, which in my opinion doubles as a first-class ticket to hell. You can't go wrong with it, but you also can't go right with it. B tier though, because it's pretty damn unoriginal. Next we have extensive destruction of property. Now hear me out. Blowing up a building sounds like a ton of fun. So I don't care what you say, I'm putting this in S tier. Now before you go thinking I'm a psycho, we've all had our moment before when we just destroyed something for no particular reason. I remember one time we were throwing away a bunch of garbage and we ordered a container. And in there I found some big plastic sheets, and so I took those sheets and started ramming any heavy objects I found into them. After all, Da Vinci himself said the urge to destroy is also a creative urge. Was that Da Vinci? I don't know. Perhaps we shouldn't take advice from a guy whose famous idea was a bug that runs on 4 spinning blades to make you fly. Okay, what's next? Oh, compelling a prisoner of war or other protected person to serve in the forces of a hostile power. Ah yes, I sure do hate it when I wake up and my neighbor is compelling a prisoner of war or other protected person to serve in the forces of a hostile power. It's so funny to me how the wiki is trying to sound so sophisticated and intellectual with all these over-scientific expressions. So in normal people terms, you essentially become a slave, which like, whoa, I thought we stopped with the slave thing around 200 years ago. This one I feel like is really stupid from the person committing it, because how the hell you're gonna expect any good results from people forced to work for you? It's like forcing a guy to work at Burger King and having a shocked Pikachu face when he starts spitting on the burgers. D tier. Unlawful deportation or transfer or unlawful confinement. Ah. All these fancy words make my brain hurt. This is basically deporting someone or putting them in prison without a reason, which I feel like America has a tendency to do. No we don't. Alright, sure John Smith, how about you ask Tyrone over there how police treats him? Or maybe ask your neighbor Jose why his whole family went back to Mexico. Yeah, that's what I thought. And last but certainly not least, willfully causing great suffering or serious injury to body or health. Now you might think that the latest major example of this would be the Holocaust or some kind of war or experiment, but I would fight to say that the latest example was committed by our good old and reliable tobacco companies. I mean, just think about it. They're willfully causing hundreds of thousands of people to slowly get lung cancer. And when they saw that it takes years to get it, they weren't relieved. Instead, they invented vapes and made them cotton candy flavored. And what does a 30-year-old man think when he's sucking on a cotton candy cancer stick? He gives it to his child, of course. Now, this one probably doesn't apply as a war crime because people get addicted by themselves, but it still could. Okay, I'm just saying, pulling shit out my ass at this point. This one is gonna go in F tier, and like a Chinese kid being forced to paint tables, you can't do anything about it. Faster, Ching, or these tables won't be the only thing turning red. Lower on the wiki list, we have unlawful deportation or transfer unlawful confinement. What? Wait, hold on. And last but certainly not least, we have unlawful deportation or transfer on... Oh wait, no.